Hi, this is Chris. Today I'm going to be working in my paper pillow scrap collage book. So first I'll take out the pages so they're easier to work on. So when I was working on my video last week and doing a collage, I thought, what am I going to do next week? I want to do something a little different. So I went in the house to get a cup of tea, and I thought, maybe I should make a trash collage. So where I come from, trash is anything that is like paper or plastic, non-organic, and garbage is organic stuff. And I know it's interchangeable around throughout the English language, but when I say trash, I'm referring to non-organic items. So we'll find what page we're on. We're on this page right here. So throughout the week, I've just been putting things aside that I otherwise would have put in the trash. So I have this twine that I was using out in my garden. The tea bag, of course, I will remove the tea. This is a Bigelow tea. Then I had these teas that I was saving for tea dyeing, but I might use one of these. And then here's a twist tie. Some more tea bags that I opened up. Here is the envelope that the tea came in. Here is a tomato rocket from the Dollar Tree. And it's kind of deceiving. They have this thing that looks like this big round wound up thing full of seeds. And it's actually just a piece about that big. It's not as big as that. I haven't planted them yet. I should probably keep this for the instructions. But I might be able to use part of that. That's trash. Here's a postage paid off of some junk mail. Here's part of an address label. Here's another twist tie. These might be too bulky to use, I'm not sure what I will do with those. Here is a paper towel that I used for something, but it's not too dirty. I think I just wiped up a little spill. Here's one of those package ties. What do they call those? Oh, Botanical Interest Seed Starting Guide. I think I get one of these every time I buy something from them. So there might be something in there I can use. I have no idea yet. I don't know where I'm going with this. And here's a thank you card from Botanical Interest. They sent me some Nature's Willow Pain Relief Cream. Here's an envelope, a window envelope. Might do something with that. Here's a flyer from the local market. All kinds of stuff from that. Oh, here's a sticky label. Has a bunch of numbers on it, and then here's a Anderson Windows advertisement. Oh, and a toilet paper roll. So, what can we do? I kind of like the idea of using this window envelope. I could just make it a flap like that. I could decorate the outside and then something will show on the inside. So I think I'm going to start with that. I'm going to go ahead and cut this about like that. So I'm going to go ahead and glue that down. This is art glitter glue. in a little refillable bottle, which I like much better than using the big bottle. Alright, what else can we do? I think I'll put this up so I have a little more room. And a piece of paper, toilet roll. I was hoping maybe I could pull the plies apart, but it's pretty well glued. It's too thick to use otherwise. Well, I got a little piece from it. Ah, maybe you can go this way. I think I'll just have to pull a piece out of it. Wow, who would have thought they would make toilet paper rolls so industrially strong? There. I got some numbers on there. There's some more numbers. Maybe I'll just be using the numbers, not any of this other stuff. There's a thin piece. All right, so the tea bag, I think I'll have to empty that out, so I'm going to carefully cut this string. That's nice that they just sew it on there rather than using a staple like some do. So we have that. And I'll empty this. Okay, mess averted. There's still some tea stuck to it. So we have a tea bag, we have the tea bag tag, and what are we going to put under our window? Tomatoes? They're not very big. Something from here. Those flowers are pretty. Something from here. I don't really think I want to put hamburger on there. I think I might start with the apples. They're the plainest thing on here, without all kinds of advertising and stuff. So I could put the fruit, I could put these vegetables. So with these tomatoes, let's see, I don't have to use everything that I pulled out. This is not a test or anything. What I want to do is try to pull the top ply off of this. So there's the cardboard and then there's what the printing is on, and sometimes you can pull them apart if you're careful. And then you don't have to work with all that thick cardboard. All right. So we have tomatoes. I don't know why I'm getting hoarse. That's weird. Apples and oranges. All right, I'm going to do some fussy cutting. Okay, while I was cutting that, I was thinking I'm going to have to do 3 collages. I'm going to have to do this, I should do this, and then I have to do all this. So what am I going to do? I think the main subject will be under here. Maybe something like that. But I need some background stuff first. So I'm thinking I could cut little bits of this yellow out here, which would be tedious. I got some blue up here and some red up there. So I think I'm just going to cut out some pieces of color and see what I can do with that. Okay, look at all the pieces of color I got. Some of them I left the little dots on. I thought bright and beautiful were some good words. I didn't really see any words, other words that I could use. I thought these peppers might go. They're a little bit small, but if they're sort of in the background, they might go just as another element. Okay, now, what am I going to do? I think I'll make these the way I want them, and then I'll just glue down the center, and then I'll use these and tuck them around to fit. So that goes like that. And I want it about like that. And I think I'm going to just tack it down. And then these, it's kind of awkward. I don't want to put the squash on top of the apples. And then I've got that line there. I'll just trim that off. Okay, I think I'll tack that one down there. And then the peppers. They're so much smaller, but they're in the background. Maybe I'll just make it like a triangle. It doesn't have to make any sense. Okay, then we have this bit of a tomato. I could just stick that right in there. And then this tomato. Okay, I like how this is going in a sideways pyramid. It's the top of the pyramid isn't centered. So an off-center pyramid, I like that. I think I may not even use these tomatoes. They're glossy compared to the newspaper. They're awkward. Put them on the side. I guess I don't like the leaf. Put the tomato there. Now what do I do? Okay. Now we need to have the blue to complement the orange. So I think what I'm going to do I think I'll start just going around the edges. See how that works. And where did I put down my tweezers? Here it is. All right. So I'm just going through and picking colors that are opposite, complement the fruits and vegetables so they don't get lost. Okay, I finished up this part while I was waiting for my camera to cooperate. So now we have to decide what to do with this part. I think I'm just going to collage it with some tea bags. How about that? And so I'm going to get a piece of paper. I'm going to try this. got myself a piece of colored paper. So I can see where I want to cut this. I don't even know if it's going to tear or not. This whole thing is an experiment. Okay, I have finished. And so it says, out of chaos comes creativity. And this was pretty chaotic. And right here I have a little, it says open. I have a little pocket for the tea bag tag, whatever you call it. And this is my collage. So I wrote here, May 5th trash collage. I could write on here all items from the trash. So I only outlined the fruits and vegetables and the little title up here. I didn't outline each and every one of the little pieces of the collage. And so it closes like that. We'll put it back in the book. Find the center. It goes back in my book. And there it is. So thanks for watching and have a great day collaging. Bye-bye.